High School for a Monday night volleyball matchup. Tonight, a non-conference matchup between two teams in our CCX viewing area. It's the Park Center Pirates and the Cooper Hawks. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, along with Fong Luong, the head coach at Benilde St. Margaret's. And it's a couple teams with not too different records. They've played once so far. Park Center won that one a couple weeks back at the Hopkins tournament. By all accounts, though, Cooper is playing a little bit better now than they were at that time.
That's exactly right. I think even the Park Center coaches admitted when they played the first time, they weren't really on their game. He expects a much better, more competitive game tonight with Cooper.
Park Center coming in with a 500 record. They are at 10-10. Randy Olmstead, their coach, pretty excited about the compete level this year. He said, you know, we're just a year more mature. We're not hanging our heads if we get behind. They've won even the matches, some of them that they've lost in the conference to good teams. They've been winning sets and things, so he can see the progress, and we hope to see that tonight.
I think we will. I actually saw him earlier this year at the Irondale tournament, and I was very impressed at the turnaround from last year to this year. They certainly are a very scrappy team. They've got a couple outside hitters that are very, very, very good, and I think they'll be relying on them this year, but it certainly is a big turnaround from last year here.
For Cooper, 8 wins so far this year. Their coach admitting, Brian Borges, that they've had a little bit of a lull. He thinks they've kind of snapped out of that. The bad news is, though, Summer Ballard, their unquestioned best player, will not be playing tonight. She got banged in the head the other night at their tournament.
Well, there's no doubt about it that Summer's a very, very good player. She's actually very athletic, and it's a big hole. But I think as he said, told us that their two outsides are going to have to pick up the slack here, and T.T. Longs and Elliot Zubich here, who's going to be able to pick up the slack. They're their second and third best hitters on the team, and so they know they've got their work cut out, but I think they'll stand up tonight to the test here.
All right, we'll see if Park Center can knock off the Hawks once again. Last year it was Cooper winning in this matchup during the regular season. We'll see who comes out on top here this evening. It's the Pirates and the Hawks up next here on CCX Sport.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And welcome back here to Cooper as the starters and lineups being introduced to the crowd here, and a pretty good crowd for a Monday night matchup here as well. Park Center wearing white this evening, and Randy Olmstead's team will have a lineup that looks like this. Emily Tao, Kylie Cox, their leading attacker, Naya Richter, Jordan Fisher as middle blockers, Katrina Chen, Sydney Warkin, and their libero is Cassidy Ding for the Pirates. They went 3-1 at the St. Anthony tournament over the weekend. There is a look at Randy Olmstead in his 14th season, and behind him his daughter, Andrea, who is his assistant as well. And for the Cooper Hawks, their lineup will look like this: Tanisha Longs, Elliot Zubich, Laura Biener, Emma Freitag, Lori Reemts, Morgan Eukstad, a strong 7th grade defensive specialist, and their setter is Maddie Tice. And Brian Borges, 2nd year as head coach of the Hawks, and he told us, you know, it's been a little challenging at times. There was a couple weeks back, the players were just kind of a little out of sorts as a group, and that can happen in a high school season, certainly, and you try and work your way through it, and it sounds like that they're kind of headed back in the right direction now in that regard.
Yes, I think it was just a typical ebb and flow of a season there, and I think as long as he's got them swinging upward as they head into sectional, and I think that's what he was saying as well, too. It certainly is trending positively right now. So.
Cooper will have the serve to start things out as TT Long's heading back to the service area here. And Coach Borges was pretty happy with the way his team can serve, and that's, certainly a good starting point, is if you can serve aggressively, get the other team out of system a little bit. And they feel that part has been a much improved factor from a year ago for their team.
Well, that's definitely going to be a big factor, important for them, especially since summer's going to be gone today. They want to take that other team out of system as much as they can just to help them out on the defensive end there.
Cox attacking, but the Hawks able to dig it up and put away here for Cooper by Zubich.
Nice job of finding that 6-hole there in the middle back of the court there. It looks like that Park is trying to put their right back down that line, and their left back's filling the 5-hole, leaving the 6-hole open.
Long's able to get down and dig that one up, but a ball handling error there on the Hawks, and a side out of here to Park Center.
Yep. It's a nice touch by Longs there.
Emily Tao will serve here for Park Center at an even 1-1 score early on. Good aggressive serve. Wow, it's pulled off the net nicely there by Tice. And then a strong block. Laura Biener getting up for the block there for Cooper, and they will take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and credit number 8, the setter there, for digging that first ball out of that net there and still being able to salvage a nice set out of that, so, and not losing that point.
Biener to serve here for Cooper. Oops, I talked about them being an improved serving team. That time not so much, so 2-2 score here in the early going. See subbing in for Park Center, Lauren Beecham, as Kylie Cox goes back to serve here for the Pirates. They come middle with it, but that one is denied by Richter. And this ball hitting the antenna, so it'll be a point for the Pirates, and they go up 3-2.
Nice job by the Park left side hitter and the middle hitter for getting that first block off that and sending it back to Cooper.
Good aggressive serve there, but Long's got to it. Blocked there out on the edge, and hard to tell. It looked like there was a chance that ball was going to land out, but Cooper played it and took away any suspense.
That's right. Yeah, sure looked like it was going to head out there, wasn't it?
Diving play to get to it by Ukestad. And hammered home there by Beecham for Park Center. And they have put together a nice little run, and now Coach Borges is going to take a timeout here for Cooper.
I think he's just going to try to calm his troops down a little bit here before it gets away from him. And, I think they're definitely trying to take advantage on the serve of the 7th grader, the Ukestad here. And they've already gone after about 3 times already.
Block just a little bit late getting there, and Beecham able to get a full swing. And it's kind of an interesting dynamic. I mean, yes, you had a tournament, you played a lot on Saturday, but usually the weeks start with a practice on Monday, and then you get into your match maybe in either Tuesday or Thursday or both, whereas this week you're just coming right to a match. And to me, that would mean the home team probably has a little bit of an advantage in terms of at least feeling comfortable and being ready for this one.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's kind of weird having that Monday night game, and you need that first day to get back in the swing of things for the week, and that's how I prefer it. Our games are usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that Monday practice is probably the most important practice in the week anyway to set the tone. And we kind of, and I don't know how much scouting or advanced plan they've had for this team. It's, but probably having an extra practice would have helped them.
Cox with the serve. Off the block and dug up nicely. Tao able to get there for the Pirates. Hitting from the back here is Cox. Ukestad, they stay with it on a high ball there, but not clean contact on that set, so a point for Park Center.
So far, I've been impressed with Park, both on the defensive side here, making sure that they're pressed against that net and not really giving Cooper a big swing.
come to the middle with it here, off the blockers, and then diving play by Ukestead. And Cooper will get a point out of it. Nice dig, and then Park Center, everybody kind of caught in the middle here. No, everybody looking, and watch this ball just land right smack in the middle of everyone.
Yep.
Lori Reemp serving. Whoops, had way too much adrenaline into that one and drives it long.
You know, prior to the game, Coach Brian Morgan had told us about this libero here, number one, Ukestead, and that she's going to be a really good player. It's already early in the game, but I'm seeing already a lot of great things from her. Well, she's definitely mature beyond her years, and she's already made some really nice plays.
Deng serving there, and Cooper not able to get that pass on target, so score the point here for the Pirates. They go up by an 8-3 score. Deng, a senior, trying to stretch this 5-point lead. This time the Hawks a much better pass. Ukestead will have to set it there, and then a misfire as Zubic got a little bit anxious there on her approach, it looked like.
Nice platform set by Ukestead, though.
It's funny because she looks so young out here, and then, but you can see the skill is there.
Yep.
And that time not handled cleanly by Tice after a pretty good pass by Longs.
What's happening is Tice is taking that ball down by her face level here, and it usually causes some, the double contact here. If she takes it above her head, I think it might help her a little.
Get another opportunity here. Sets it middle, swipe to the outside. Good recovery by Tao. Free ball chance here for Park Center. And had it denied. They'll go again. Another block. Dug up by Ukestead and right on target to her setter. Cox hitting from the back, but Longs gets underneath that one. Good point here down the line and wide. So it goes to Park Center after a long rally.
Oh, nice rally by both teams there. She thought she could burn it down that line, and oh, that was
yeah, it was
really
real close, wasn't it? Long run to get to it for the setter. Ukestead will have to send it over. Back set here, Long showing good hands again. And that one was into the tape, it was not blocked. So a fourth hit there against Cooper. And they are struggling to get a little rhythm going here as Park Center has jumped out to a 12-3 lead.
What's happening is that Cooper's throwing their sets out to the outside here, and Park has really doubled down out there, and they're blocking and frustrating the hitters at this point.
Park Center had served pretty well. Dang, a little bit too long with that one, though, and a much-needed side out here for the Hawks, and Zubic will serve now for Cooper. Off the block, Ukestead able to recover, and they'll send it over. And then right side with it, and off the block there. Longs hitting. Tao sending it deep middle. Back out to Longs and off the block. Pirates in scramble mode, but get it over. Another free ball chance here for Park Center now. Good long point here. Back and forth they go on the rally, and then a hitting there by Beecham. And Cooper, they need something like that, a little shot in the arm, win a real long point like that.
They sure do. I think it's going to be interesting to see now that Longs is up there for a 3 rotation left side to see if she can get it going. She's very athletic and had a good point in that last one.
Strong serve there. And we had a net violation, though, against Cooper, and it would be a point for Park Center. Those are the kind of little things that Cooper can't afford if they want to get back in this first set.
Yeah, it looks like Free Type tried to go up for a block, came down a little off balance. I think they called her for over the center line there.
Jessa Holden coming in for Park Center. Tipped over the block. And score the point for Beecham for Park Center.
That's good vision by Beecham, especially since the left side hitter was still tucked all the way to the other side there in the campfire area. It was wide open for her. Look for her to do that again.
Long swinging away, but it's dug up there by Cox. And Beecham wanted to work a little roll shot there, but hits it off the base of her hand. So it's an 8-point lead for Park Center. Ukestead serving. Long floater there. Come outside to Longs, off the block and good.
I love the way Long plays. She's might not be the biggest player out there, but she's very athletic and she's very aggressive. And she's always taking a full swing regardless how tall the opponents are across that net. And that's a great way to play this game.
Ukestead getting a good pass. Off the block it goes there. And good recovery there by Cooper's Korzempa. And they pull it off the net here. Yes. And a big point there, Madison Tice. The block on a scramble was a little late and it was off hands and into the back corner.
That's some alert play there by the front row. Just digging that ball out of that net and keeping that play alive here.
Cooper, a couple in a row here to pull within 6. Dumped over here, and it will work out. Korzempa got to it, but then her pass into the net, and they just couldn't dig it out of there. So 7-point lead here for Park Center, and it will be Chen coming back in to serve. Comes with a short floater there, and the pass into the tape.
Yeah, I would expect, since Park's had a little success dumping that ball in the middle, I'm going to expect them to keep doing that here until Cooper makes an adjustment.
Outside for Longs, off the block and good. Reemts will come back into the lineup here for the Hawks. Tice to serve. Her team down by 7. And misses wide with that one.
That's got to be the 3rd or 4th missed serve on Cooper here. And when they're trying to come back into this game here, those are things that, it's in your control. You've got to make sure you take care of that.
Yeah, kind of a free point really for Park Center. They didn't have to do anything to earn that one.
Yeah, no, it's just a buzzkill of a rally, You just earn that point back and then you give it right back to them, so.
Double contact call there again. That has really plagued Cooper in this one. Maybe, you kind of get the impression maybe calling it tighter than what they're used to a little bit, or just not handling the ball as clean as they'd like.
Yeah, the 3 or 4 times that she's been called for double contact in the ball handling, I think they've been pretty legit. It hasn't even been close. I think she's having problems pushing it all the way out to the left pin there, so needs to make sure her hands get higher up above her head versus in her face. And,
well, Park Center letting that ball drop, and it was about 2 feet in. So they, but then another serving error by the Hawks. I think a lot of times that's more of a mental thing than anything. Yeah, I mean, obviously you practice serving a lot, and they have just really struggled. I don't know that they're much more than about 50% in terms of getting the ball in play.
I agree. I think they certainly. They get those serves in, and then they're missing a lot of the serves on the first ball side outs too, so they're not even giving themselves a rally opportunity, or at least earning a couple points before they get it back. So
nice job to keep that play going here for the Hawks. Now Longs digs it up, push to the outside, and that one is just wide. It seemed like a pretty good idea there by Tice, but didn't quite hit the court.
It's definitely a good idea. It's a little too strong on that one. I think if she does it again, I think she'll get it.
Emily Tao serving here for the Pirates. And a strong swing there in the middle. Laura Beener will put it away here for Cooper, and they get within 20 to 11.
Nice set there. That time she attacked it aggressively, went down to the one corner, and where they've had some success.
And that one off the tape and comes back at the Pirates. So the Hawks get a little something going, and that's what they're looking for right now. Even if it's maybe not going to be enough to get them back into this set, they at least want to just kind of get a flow going and start playing better.
And the one thing that's working well for Cooper is that they are getting a lot of touches in their front row here. They may not result in blocks, but at least they're giving touches to allow their back row to pass that ball, dig that ball up easier. Whether to convert it, that's another issue.
And Diener not able to continue the run of serves there. Is that one into the tape?
I think by my unofficial count, that's got to be 7.
Kylie Cox will serve here for Park Center. Her team leading it by 8. Ukestead a good pass. They get into their offense. Long run, and Longs will get there, but then nobody stepped up to take that next ball.
That's just a great effort by Longs. Unfortunately, no one's able to take that third contact.
And it frustrates you a little bit too when you work so hard to get to it and then nobody else steps up to take it.
That's right.
And that time Longs, that's really one of her first real mistakes of the night, not able to get her feet set underneath that ball and get her platform. So 10-point lead for Park Center.
That's right. Longs just took that ball, allowed that ball to get behind her before trying to pass it.
Boy, footwork is so important, I guess, in pretty much most sports, but I mean in this sport maybe more than any. You get yourself set up where you need to be and then work from there. And in this case, she was just kind of caught in between.
Caught in between, and she, if you notice there, she just let that ball get behind her. We tried to parallel to the hips. We tried to actually teach them to get them as a triangle area here, and she let that pass at her wedge where she's supposed to pass it. And nothing good can happen when you're trying to make contact parallel to your hips there.
Coach Borges talking things over, and you know it's always that fine line too of you know making some corrections in the huddle, but you want to boost their confidence at the same time. You know, if you come in and say here's what you did wrong every time, that probably doesn't help either.
Right, there certainly is a fine balance you have to strike here, and sometimes you got to light a little fire, and the other times you got to be real gentle with them. And I think the one thing he's going to say is that there's a lot of things that we can control, and we're not doing well right now. For example, the service. And if we just get those serves in, that's half that battle right now. And
if you take away all the service errors they've had, this one might be pretty close.
That's right. I still expect this game to be closer because I just don't think that's how Cooper normally serves. So I think I expect him maybe in the second set here to be a little tighter here, especially with a better serving effort.
Park Center to 24 now, so a set point as Kylie Cox, one of their captains, will serve it up here. Comes with a short floater. Ukestead gets to it. Nice coverage there by Deng. And put away deep middle by Cox, and Park Center rolls in this opening set as they cruise to a 25-13 victory. As we get another look at that last point.
That's a great decision by the setter to run a pipe and set that back row player. And great job on that back row player to finish that point off here, finding that gap in between the 5 and the 6.
So Park Center looking strong in the opening set. We'll see if Cooper can bounce back. Set 2 coming up in a moment here on CCX Sports.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not? Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Look at the crowd on hand here tonight, and some of the younger level players taking the time to do a little homework or after they finished up their match, and there's a few of the young fans here. Great to see that. Kind of getting that volleyball fever at a young age.
You know, they always have a nice crowd here. Every time we bring our team in here, it's actually a tough little place to play. The student section in the back corner here is always a very vocal section. I think they're just waiting on their team to give them something to cheer for right now.
And later this week, your Red Knights will be coming here to play Cooper in a conference match, right?
That's right. Actually, they're coming to our place on Thursday.
Okay,
but it's their turn to come to our place.
Off the block and down, and Park Center will tie things up after their first serve was too long and out. And so Cox will serve here for Park Center as Beecham comes off the bench here to replace Chen in the Park Center lineup. Cox has served well on this. Oh, almost that one scraping the top of the net. They come right side with it and snuck through the block there by Warkin.
Looks like Cooper's trying a new setter here. They're going with number 2 Savannah Ballard here, another 7th grade here, to see if that gives them a little something extra here in this set.
And that'll be an ace. Cox delivering for Park Center. They've certainly had the advantage in serving in the first set and now early into the second.
They sure did. I think what they saw in that matchup there is that all the serve receivers are too far back, so it was a nice strategy on their part, on Park's part there.
And this one will be good. The Hawks that time maybe creeping up to take away that, and then the ball coming a little bit longer, and they were fooled.
Now it's just becoming a guessing game for them to see where it's going to be. So nice float serve to that deep corner.
Longs this time getting a good pass ahead. Strong block put up that time by Warkin and company. And the next one sneaks through him, and then It was a lift call there against Richter as she tried to readjust and get to that ball over her shoulder.
Good job by Cooper just going back out there knowing that they had a little mismatch and finishing that play.
Diener with the serve. Longs will send it over. Pass a little tight to the net there, and we get a double contact there. That one was on the passer. They don't have a particularly tall setter there in Emily, and she had to really struggle to get to that ball.
Right. And she caught her off balance there.
Beecham firing away and got rid of that ball quick. A quick arm swing. The block, I think, was late because they didn't read it well.
Some of that credit has to go to that setter. They looked like they kind of ran a ball there, a little faster, a little lower, and didn't allow Cooper enough time to set up a double block. And she was able to take advantage of just that one single blocker.
Deng serving here for the Pirates. They lead it by 2. And Deng not able to square that one up and make the pass, so Cooper to within a point now.
Cooper looks a lot better in the last set there. They look like a little more composed here. Hopefully for them, they can keep it going.
Reemt serving. Tip to the middle, and he had a net violation anyway against Cooper, so it would have been Park Center's point regardless. Coming in now, Jessa Holden for Park Center. So Workin will serve. And too long with that one. So Park Center served quite well in the first set. A little bit less consistent here in the early part of the second.
If you want to look at the future of Cooper volleyball, you can look at it right now. They're playing 2 7th graders here in very primary position, a libero and a setter here. I think the future for them looks pretty bright with these two.
Punched over. Now Beecham cross court with it. Here's Long hammering that one home.
Nice play, nice dig by Ukestad, and then a really nice set by Ballard there to go outside. So Long finishes off that point.
Subic serving here, evened up at 6 apiece. And sprayed wide by Beecham. So Cooper ahead. I don't think they had a lead anywhere near this late into the first set at all. So,
and I think that what big difference is that they've cut down on their unforced errors here. So.
And a great serve there. Deng just barely gets there, and then net violation as the follow through was well into the net. So an 8-6 lead. Randy Olmsted needs a timeout for Park Center, and boy, in this sport, things can change in a hurry. Things feeling a whole lot better for Cooper in this second set.
It sure has, and you could just see this, the beautiful short serve there, really caught Park off guard there, and kind of caused everything to be mistimed there and forced that hitter to hit that deep there. And you could really tell the difference now just in the body language of the two teams here. In the first set, it was the Cooper girls that had their heads down, but right now you're seeing Park kind of moving a little slower and kind of questioning things a little bit, while there's a lot more energy on the Cooper side here.
It doesn't seem to matter the level. You see these kind of swings. It can be, a top-level college match. It can be a state tournament, high school match, or whatever. And, it's just perplexing how all of a sudden things can turn around so fast.
The emotional side of the game is just as important, and sometimes even more than the physical side. And, you got to, as I tell my other players, we got to keep it always at an 8 and never at a 10 or a 2. It's got to keep it high, but yet keep it at maintain at a steady level here.
And you have to have a short memory too. I mean, whether you have a spectacular kill, you don't want to dwell on that the next point, or if you had a horrible passing error or whatever, you don't want to dwell on that the next point.
Well, absolutely, and I think number 13 is going to have a short memory after missing that serve out of a timeout after having a nice little rally there.
So Chen will serve now for Park Center. They are down by a point here in this second set.
Nice, sir. Good job. That away.
They come to longs, and it is just too long. Good decision there by Chen. It wouldn't, it was not a clear-cut ball to let go, but they talked it well enough, and TT Longs was too long with that one. And off the tape, Hawks able to recover. To the outside for Cox. Ukestead, good hands there. Dumped over and down.
As we talked about in that first set, that's the area that's going to keeps going to get exploited there. It's just wide open. They're leaving that campfire open. They're too late to react to it here.
Working with a good decision there. So Park Center up by a point. Sneaks through the block, but the Pirates recover.
Stay with it now. On here, just get it.
Longs firing away cross court. Cox a nice dig, and she'll get it right back. And Cox able to put that one down after the ball was pretty much left open for her there as Ballard trying to do something with it.
Yeah, the set was a little tight there, and it resulted in a little block by the...
And Chen continues her nice service run with an ace right there. And the Pirates go up by 3 as they've rattled off 5 in a row. Timeout taken here by Cooper, and now we swing back the other way.
We do. It's actually some nice serving by Katrina Chen, but also some passing issues with Cooper in the last several points here. So getting a little tight, and hopefully this timeout will allow them to turn it back around here. Just a little shout out here. Katrina Chen has been the one that's served in the last 5 points here. Just a little shout out to her mom, who's this year took over the head volleyball program at St. Michael Alville and is having some great success. So congratulations to Michelle Chen, Katrina's mom here. I don't know if she's in the stands tonight here, but she's definitely, that program's in definitely great hands with her at the helm now. I think she used to be a assistant coach here at Park Center in the previous years.
So coming out of the timeout, Park Center back feeling good as they get a little momentum rolling here. They won the first set pretty easily, and trying to get things back in their direction after Cooper had taken a little bit of a lead on them. Comes short with the serve. Ukestead getting to it. Ballard setting it in the middle. It's off the tape there. Ballard will bring it back, and it's off the tape there from Zubic. Zubic, a nice dig. She'll get another swing, and it's too long. And again, Chen heeding the call to let it go.
Park's doing a great job, though, on the defensive side, digging a lot of balls here, keeping that play alive and allow themselves to set up for the offense.
Nice spot. Here it is. Get it, Jess.
Longs had that one blocked, and Ballard, good recovery, just scramble mode, punched it over. And the kill for Cox there as Cooper just barely mistiming that one, didn't quite penetrate the net with the hands there.
I think what's hurting Cooper right now, they only have one option on the offensive side. They got to go to longs here. They're not setting any ball right now to the middle or even to number 10 here. So maybe they can mix it up a little bit to keep Park off guard here.
To the deep corner, but too long from Jessa Holden. So the Hawks will get the serve back here after a long run by the Pirates, 13-9, and Ukestead will serve here for Cooper. Dang's able to get that ball up, and we had a net violation there against Cox.
Yep, she hit that net on her follow-through there.
Unfortunate for the Pirates because the rest of the play was set up pretty well.
Yeah.
And it come right back outside to Cox and spraying that one too long.
I tell you what, whether she gets it in or out, she sure gets her money's worth on that swing. She takes a hard, aggressive swing every time she gets an opportunity.
13-11. And Ukestead into the top of the net. She's been serving well, but not that time. So a point for Park Center as they get it back. And coming back in is Richter to the Park Center lineup. It'll be Jordan Fisher to serve.
It was a good idea because they had burned him earlier, and I think they just couldn't get over there.
Ballard a long run. Set it to the back here, and kind of backpedaling as she tried to line that one up was Zubic. So point for the Pirates.
She couldn't get her feet under her, and the ball was pushed past her while she was trying to make that contact.
Night away, Jordan, night away. Go!
Orkin will come to the middle with it, and that one is in. I think it might have been off hands up front anyway, so Park Center will get the point. They go up by 5. Here's Longs getting a swing, and she delivers. She has most of the time when they get a nice set to her.
That time was a little better for her. The set was off that net, so she wasn't forced to hit into that block there, so she was able to control that ball a little bit better. I think from going forward, that's where they're going to have to set her about 5 feet off that net here.
Yeah, I agree with her being a little bit smaller. It's probably to their advantage. It's a little bit tougher block to make.
That's right.
Park Center quickly gets the side out. Holden will serve here for the Pirates as they lead 17-12 in our second set. They won the first. Ukestead will send it over. Orkin coming to the outside for Cox. Ukestead digging it up. And just wide there. Good decision to let that one go.
You know, earlier they had a success running that pipe, and they've kept going back to it. They haven't had nearly as much success. I'd like to see them try to go back to Longs, and she's had a little more success up in the front row.
And Zubic not able to pass that ball effectively here. So a 7-point lead, Park Center. Timeout, Cooper.
Timeout, Cooper. 3 seconds to set.
When things go bad, they go bad. You know, they had passed so well in that first half of that set here, and all of a sudden they go down 1 or 2, and then everyone then becomes almost contagious here, passing here, and that's what happened there. That first, as Coach Bryan told us before the game, you know, it's what's going to determine this game for them is their first contact, their ability to make a good, solid first contact. If they can't serve receive, that means that they're not going to have as much success that they'd like here.
And that last pass looked like me in your gym earlier today. An errant ball came my way, and I didn't get it done. I'm sorry to say it. I gave it a shot, but we were over visiting the Benilde team for a story on CCX that you can watch for on Tuesday.
Well, if we have any more eligibility left, I think we'd certainly consider a
19-12 lead here for Park Center. Jessa Holden, one of their seniors, serving it up here for PC. Trying to win their 11th match of the season. And too long there from Rink. She didn't really get on top of that ball, just kind of drove it flat.
It was good in-system ball, good pass, good set. Just next time they'll finish it.
And an overpass there, and Richter did a good job not getting too aggressive with that one, just swiping it down.
Yeah, she stayed patient to make sure that ball came over that net and then stayed off that tape after pushing it.
Reems getting another opportunity here. Come across to Cox, and a little delayed change of pace type shot there, and the blockers around the way down.
I think they're so used to her swinging hard on aggressively, and that caught them off guard there.
And that's an ace. Nobody coming for that one as Holden able to drop it in. And now Park Center rolling again as they did pretty much throughout the first set. They're leading 23-12. Working, coming middle with it there. Overpass. Cox trying to put it away, but they get to it. Ooh, and then a nice dig by Chen the other way. And double contact there called on Chen. A little bit of a delayed whistle, but I think it was the right call.
Definitely was the right call there. Just, I think he was waiting to see what was happening there.
So Longs will serve. Not much margin for error anymore for Cooper here as they're down 23-13. And Cox drilling that one home. 24-13, a set point chance for the Pirates as Beecham comes back in. See, that one was off the blocker and made it an even tougher ball for Ukestead to handle there. Punched over by Ballard, and then the Pirates have to scramble for it, and they will not get it over.
Do it one time.
So Laura Beaner to serve here for the Hawks. And put away nicely for Park Center by Nia Richter, and the Pirates will prevail in set two as well. It was much closer for a while, but not in the end. They were almost identical score to that first set.
Richter did a great job looking back and turning the ball the other way here to the one corner where it was not defended at all, and staying patient on that approach there. She saw two big blocks in there and realized she had to turn it to that corner.
So Park Center prevailing in each of the first two sets. Our third set coming up next here on CCX Sports.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Center is ready for this third set as we see the Pirates jumping out to a 2-0 lead against Cooper. And And the Hawks, you know, that second set score, Fong, we were talking about how for a good portion of the beginning of it, it looked like it was going to be a back and forth, you know, 1-point, 2-point thing, and all of a sudden Park Center just pulled away.
I think it's a little deceiving here because it's a, you know, Cooper was in control for that first half of that game there, it seemed like, and then they missed a serve out of timeout, and then Park ran a bunch of points on them.
Yeah, in contrast, where the first one was never really in doubt, Park Center,
right,
you know, led throughout, even though the scores ended up being almost the same.
Right.
Dumped over here by the setter, Tao. Even at 5'3", she's effective with the left-handed dump there.
Sometimes it's not about the size of the player. It's the location where they put that ball there.
Good hard serve. Cox going cross court with that one might have been out. Hugstead elected to play it though, and it'll be a point for the Pirates.
Yeah, and I think that's what affected Hugstead there. She kind of started going for it, then she pulled her arms back, and I think then that indecision I think led to that shank.
Punched over here by Ballard. Off the block, but Ballard gets to it. Here's Cox going to the outside. There was a net violation against Cooper anyway, but it was a well-placed hit nonetheless here by Cox.
They ran something inside for the outside hitter there, and it mixed it up instead of running out to the pin.
And that one is sent wide there by Laura Biener. And a good start here in set 3. Park Center right now not showing any signs of, you know, letting up on the gas here. And Tao with the serving error there.
Let's see if Cooper can take advantage of that, just like Park did to them in the first set here, or the second set, excuse me, and make a run of some points here.
Biener serving. Long run for Tao to get there. Tao has to spin around, and she'll send this one back to Dang. Good hustle by Biener, and they'll get it over. Here's Cox firing away and gets the kill for Park Center, so they don't let Cooper get any momentum going here. They lead at 5-1.
Nope, Cox has had a really good game hitting, and she's been going to that spot pretty much between the 6 and the 5 there, and has had her way.
Ballard punching it over and then tip. Nice job there by Zubich. Kind of just reaching out. She was a little worried about the violation there.
But she would have been a back row violation there, except she contacted that ball into the plane of the net, which is allowable. So
dug up there by Tice. And was this off hands? I think so.
Well, I think the line judge here is calling the touch there, and it looks like the upper ref is overruling her. Oh, now he was. You know what happened there is that Workin actually came up to the worker from Park, actually told the line judge that she touched it. That was great sportsmanship on her part.
Yeah, right at the net. It sometimes can be difficult to tell. You got eyes on it, but off the block, diving dig, and Cox's effort will be rewarded. Boy, sometimes you see people dive and it's more of a slow kind of sprawl, but that time she just had to go all out and get on the floor hard.
That's all she could do to keep that alive there.
So Dang serving here, Park Center leading it 6-3. Ballard swatting it over after the short, hard pass there. Free tag able to recover. And that was a ball handling error there on the attempted back set by Tao.
Yep, it's the right call.
So Zubich will serve here with her team down by 2. not able to get that pass up very well. And it's a 6-5 score.
Good aggressive serve right to Cox, and was not able to handle it. She didn't have her base set there and was moving when she was passing it.
Off the net, Beecham gets to it though. Ballard outside for Longs and wide with that one. The set was a little bit farther outside than she was looking for. She kind of had to reach back for it just a little bit.
That's right. She looked like she was ahead of that ball, and therefore she just could only get underneath that ball and wasn't able to control with the spin.
Ballard back out to Longs, cross court with it. Beecham digs it up. Here's Cox firing away. Longs scraping it off the net and down. She seems to find a way.
She sure does. She's very resourceful. She uses all the athleticism she has in her.
Ukestead to serve now for Cooper. Trying to tie things up here in the third. Orkin to Fisher. And they're able to use the middle attack on occasion here and get the point this time, 8-6 Pirates.
That was a nice play all around. Set up with a good pass off the serve and then a nice little B or quick ball to the middle there.
Beecham served just too long. And so serving error on the Pirates. It's a 1-point score again here as Savannah Ballard. If you're just joining us, Summer Ballard, the senior for Cooper, out with an injury tonight. She got knocked by a teammate's elbow in her head the other day at their tournament, and they're not sure, kind of concussion type symptoms, and hoping that she won't be out too long.
Yeah, she's a big loss. I mean, she's very talented, committed to go to play ball at University of Minnesota Duluth, and definitely a big loss. But, I have to hand Cooper credit. They are not giving up right now, and they're still battling despite losing the first two sets here.
So Savannah Ballard serving. And close, but too long. Park Center at first thought it was going to be out for sure, but that ball kind of died and almost stayed in. Another look at it here. And yeah, definitely out, but not by a lot.
Yep, good call.
So in for Park Center now is Kayla Cox, a sophomore. And Ballard did not handle that set cleanly there, so point for the Pirates. It was a very short serve, which made Longs have to come a long way to get it.
Tough to handle when that pass takes her tight in that net there.
Tipped over. Now Cox delivering a nice down ball there. Not too bad a pass by Beecham under the circumstances there.
Not at all, and I think now that Kylie Cox is up in the front row, you're going to get a nice steady dose of her to see if they can extend that lead.
And that pass into the net. Ballard, you're kind of caught in between there. You're not really able to play it off the net, and too tough a ball to handle initially. Timeout taken by Cooper now as they trail at 12-8.
It was another one of those tight passes, and also it took her all the way to the other side of the net there, and so she had to run the length of that net. Couldn't catch up to it here.
Another look.
Just couldn't catch up, and she didn't know what to do, and she's got to stay below the playing that net if she's going to push it over, and she couldn't catch up with that ball. Just a little too tight for her. I look for Park to go ahead and just keep feeding Kylie Cox here and see if they can extend that lead. I mean, she's had great success already on the outside here, and I think if they are in the system, I think that ball is going to come back out to her.
Always interesting how the team that's got a good roll going seems to be first out of the huddle, and the other one has more to talk about, doesn't it?
You just can't wait to keep it going here,
yeah. Kayla Cox serving here for Park Center. Ballard will come to Longs on the right side. A nice block put up there by Richter.
Yeah. She's trying to go cross with it. It looks like the middle had it covered there, and nice wall.
Ballard will come to the middle with it this time. Almost got down, but a dig by Kayla Cox. And Longs will score it for Cooper as the blockers got up a little bit late.
Nice job, nice explosive move in there.
Blocked nicely in the middle there by Beener. And sent long there by Zubich as the line judge had to fend that one off.
That looked like you at our practice today. There.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, I think that looked like you. You had it. One of your players got you pretty good today.
Yep, it happens every day.
And Ukstead has been pretty solid passing, but not that time. Looked like she almost was stumbling a little bit as she came forward there and couldn't make solid contact. Longs back to the outside. It's off the blockers. And here's Cox delivering for the Pirates. Just as you said, they should go there, and they did.
I think cross court to the 5 position. It looks like she's a little deep, not able to read it very quickly, and it just lands in front of her.
Tipped over by Ballard, then Longs digging it up. Ballard scrambling. Good coverage there by Tice.
No. What happened there was that the libero set that ball inside the 10, and then the left side hitter in the 13 attacked that ball, which is against the rules. There, if she stayed down and hit it, that would have been fine. But libero can't set that ball inside the 10.
So we get a timeout taken here with the Pirates leading at 17-9. We mentioned that Cooper will be visiting Fong's Benilde team coming up later this week on Thursday. Park Center back into conference action on Tuesday, tomorrow night, as they'll be over at Spring Lake Park High School for Northwest Suburban match. Tell us a little bit about your Metro West Conference. I know your team right now leading the pack, but how's the conference been so far this year?
Conference been good. It's been competitive. You know, Bloomington Jefferson won it last year, and so far we've had wins against them. We just also beat Chaska last week. We still have 3 conference matches with Chanhassen and St. Louis Park and Cooper here, and hopefully we can run the table and take home the title. But we still have a lot of work left before that happens. And so all those 3 teams are very competitive teams, and we're going to have to work hard to win it. But we're playing hard, we're working hard, and we're trying to, like Brian's doing with his team, trying to peak at the right time here. So
ace serve for Jessica Swanson, who came off the bench there for Park Center. Cox fighting that one off on a ball that might have been long. Pirates scrambling here, and that one's off the antenna. You see when a couple new players come on the lineup, you can see right away there's a little bit of communication issue there.
The communication and timing is just a little different here, and people aren't used to where others are going, and I think so that throws things off a little bit.
Beener with the serve, and Kayla Cox not able to pass that ball.
I have a feeling they're going to go right back to her here.
This time gets it done. Kylie Cox pushing it wide as they weren't quite on the same page there on that set, it looked like.
It's a good idea, but I think even if it landed in, I think it would have been covered by Longs there. So.
Come right side with it, and And a net violation against Cooper, so the Pirates get a point.
So that was a little too tight for her. She was trying to chase it and couldn't control it, but
Kylie Cox serving. It's a bullet. Longs handling it. Off the block, and Kayla Cox unable to run it down.
That was one heck of a serve, but even a better pass on Longs there. Good job finishing that ball there.
And into the net. They kept it alive. I thought that ball was not blocked there, but I guess it was. Here's Beecham, too long.
Too long. Park is claiming that someone touched it, but no one saw that there.
So Maddie Tice continuing a nice serving run here for Cooper. They are to within 5. And that one's too long. Jinxed it.
But you're seeing how important that is. It's such a rally killer here. If you've got some momentum here and you want to just keep that in play, and play defense, rely on your defense to get you a point. Can't do that if you don't give the other side the opportunity to make that mistake.
Cassidy Deng to serve here for Park Center, leading at 20-14, trying to finish off Cooper here as they've won the first 2 sets. Outside to Beecham and a swing and a miss. So Elliot Zubich will serve.
Just trying to go down that line and letting that ball pushed across to her left here and couldn't convert it.
And nobody gets to that ball as Deng tried to pass it.
Little miscommunication again as to who was going to get that second ball. Nice dig.
Sending it over, and that one went wide. Good effort by Eugstead and then Longs, but went wide beyond the antenna.
Yep. Just got a little over her there.
Workin getting set to serve here for Park Center.
This is interesting. They're putting Katrina Chen at the front row here to play left side position.
Hawks keep battling back.
Park going with a little shorter lineup in the front row. Let's see if, they just took advantage of it right there.
Twee Win, number 5, is checked in for Park Center. And they can't get to it. It's always a dilemma when you're the coach. You want to get some playing time for the kids who work hard in practice, but it can disrupt the momentum and your rhythm a little bit, and all of a sudden they're only up by 3.
That's right.
And there's Cox putting it away to kind of restore order for the Pirates a little bit.
It always helps having Kylie Cox back there as your security blanket there, just to great decision to take it to her in the back row, and even a better execution in that attack.
And another strong serve, and now the Pirates have scored a couple in a row here. They're within 2 points of wrapping it up, 23-18. Longs misses too long.
They got the set they wanted there, and they got the player they wanted, and she hit a little too wide.
To the outside with Longs, dropping it to the middle. Great effort, but then put away by Biener. Nice dig, but then everybody got caught looking a little bit. You're so excited to see this dig that you kind of forget your coverage a little bit.
Dig was a little bit overpassed there, and good job by Biener here to finish it off with that block.
Here is Cox, and denied by Biener.
Well played by the right side and the left middle hitter there to stopping Cox on that. Cox has had her way then pretty much the whole game and able to come up with a big stop right there.
Savannah Ballard to serve here for Cooper as they try and go point by point and stay alive. Cox chipping over the block, and it'll drop in, and Park Center gets the sweep here over the Hawks as they take it 25-20. And they did, pretty much what they wanted to do here tonight, and then they get some of the reserves some time out and get some exciting, and then there's Cox, who's generally been swinging hard. That time tips over the block.
She's a pretty smart player there, and she's had a really successful night here offensively, and very fitting that she'd finish the game with a little tip in that campfire area there, because that's where it's been open all night.
So a nice victory here for Park Center. Randy Olmsted as they win their 11th match of the season. We will come back to hear from the Pirates here in just a moment. There's your final as Park Center is sweeping Cooper here tonight in non-conference volleyball matchup.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Welcome back here to Cooper. Park Center with a nice victory here on the road as they get a sweep over the Hawks, and we joined by Sydney Warkin and also Kylie Cox. And how much fun was tonight to come over here and play pretty well and kind of take it to them?
It was really fun. I got to play with my sister on the court, so I really liked that, and it was just fun playing with our team. We played as one tonight, not as 6, so that was fun.
Talking to Coach before the match, and he just said your team is competing really well this year, maybe kind of taking a step up from last year. Is that the way you guys feel about things too?
Yes. We've won way more games. It's more fun to be on the court with these girls. Everybody works super hard, and everybody's really competitive. We try not to let the ball drop, and that's what we did tonight.
against some teams too, you know, you've been getting closer, winning sets maybe against some of the better teams too. And can you just see, you know, sort of the progress all the way through, even on the nights when you don't come out on top?
Yeah, so our team just works hard. Like, that's the fun part. Like, we don't have to win every match for it to be fun. It's just fun to work hard and compete with these teams and be able to win, take a set from them.
Got a few weeks until playoffs now. You know, what do you guys need to work on to be ready to have some success maybe in the postseason?
I think we can work on serve receive and maybe some front row kills, like getting more options up there and running different things like tandems and stuff. But other than that, we work hard enough. We can beat these teams.
Thanks, Kylie, for joining us, and have fun the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And Sydney Morgan, your team coming over here to get it done. You know, you get that first couple sets that go relatively easy, and then in the third, there's always that little pushback. But did you feel good about the way your team stayed with it there?
Yeah, I think we played really good. Like, we've really been bringing it together a lot better. Like, we've been playing a lot better compared to last year. We've been pushing a lot harder and just going for everything, just winning more games overall.
I know you guys were at the tournament over the weekend and won 3 out of the 4. Was that a pretty good showing? Did you feel good about what your team did?
Yeah, it was really good. This weekend we played really hard and really good, and we showed it on the court today.
You guys have a lot of great teams in your conference, but do you starting to feel like you guys are, you know, a team that can stay with even the better teams in the Northwest Suburban right now?
Yeah, I do. I feel like everybody's kind of like in the middle for level for like skill right now, so I think we're pretty good. So, yeah.
Congratulations on the win here, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's Sydney Workin along with Kylie Cox for Park Center as they get their 11th win of the season at beating Cooper here in 3 straight at Cooper High School. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's match. For Fong Luong and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Once again, it's Park Center over Cooper in 3.